Hi, I'm Angela Arnold with StudyAbroadSuccess.com. I'm going to talk with you today about financial aid for study abroad. Money for study abroad is widely available. There are a great many programs that you can utilize. Many students are concerned about their financial aid for going overseas. Of course, we can understand that. The main question I get is, can I use my financial aid for study abroad? And generally, the answer is yes. You can probably use your study abroad aid if you're eligible to receive aid at your university in the United States. That's the first criterion. The second criterion is that your home college or university has to approve your course of study abroad. The only way to find out for sure is to ask your financial aid advisor at your home institution. And they will help work with you to make sure that you get the money that you need to study abroad. They will okay some budget expenses and they won't okay others. So, private colleges will also allocate some of their institutional funds, meaning some of their own money, towards your study abroad. Generally, some federal aid is also available to study abroad. So, there are a great many sources for financial aid available for your time abroad. If you want to find out exactly what's available to you, you work closely with your financial aid officers at your home universities, as well as with the financial aid consultant at the study abroad program that you're going to go through if you're going through a third-party program, and you can definitely work it out. So let's look at the typical questions that most students have about study abroad. Generally, if you're going with a reputable company, they will be able to transfer your federal grants and loans to your financial aid for study abroad. And some of the programs that can be credited towards study abroad would be, number one, the Pell Grant, the federal Pell Grant. It's need-based, and most need-based aid will transfer. And also your Federal Supplemental Educational Opportunities Grant, which is awarded for students with exceptional need. You can generally transfer that to your study abroad. You may also be able to transfer money from various loans, such as the Perkins loan, the Stafford loan, the Federal Plus loan for undergraduate students. Those are generally transferable. There are some federal scholarships available for study abroad. The most prominent ones are the Benjamin A. Gilman International Scholarship and the David L. Boren Undergraduate Scholarship for study abroad. You should do a Google search and investigate those options. Other aids that might be available to you would be for state aid, your institutional aid from your college or university, third-party scholarships that you can apply for. You can also do fundraising. There are a gazillion ways to do the fundraising for it. I've heard of just about everything. There are car washes, bake sales, pizza sales, cookie dough, spaghetti dinners, scratch-off cards. You can write a newsletter and sell subscriptions to that from overseas. You can get personal solicitations from friends and family, and you can also solicit businesses. So in terms of fundraising, use your imagination. Just about anything that you can think of can be done and has been done to raise money for study abroad. Now, students also ask me if their study abroad program costs more than the cost at their home university, can they get additional aid? Or, if my study abroad program costs less than my program at my home university, will I get less aid? Well, each situation is different, and let's take a look at that. Now, most likely the cost of your study abroad program will be different than the one that is at your home institution. If it's greater than your home institution, you can apply for additional aid. If your program is less than your home institution, you'll probably end up spending the same amount of money because your EFC that you get when you file the FAFSA is going to tell any program what you can afford to pay. And that's going to be the same whether you go abroad or whether you stay at home. I suggest very strongly that if you are a financial aid student As soon as you decide that you want to study abroad, sit down and talk with the financial aid officer at your home university, and also talk with whoever is in control of the study abroad program, because they will know about probably a wealth of institutions that have money available for study abroad. Prepare a budget now that's going to cover what your program fees are, and you're going to have to know whether your airfare is going to be included in the program, if you have to pay for the airfare for yourself, if you pay for your airfare from your home to your gateway departure from the United States. Do you pay any of those airfare costs? Who pays for housing? You need to consider that. What about your meals? If you're in a homestay, are your meals covered? And if they are, how many meals per day are covered and included in the program? And are your weekend meals covered? You must dot all of your I's and cross all of your T's. Make sure you make your case for increased financial aid or scholarships because of your study abroad program. Now, there are no guarantees, but if you work with all of the institutions involved, you most likely will get your costs covered. Now, if the cost of attendance at your home institution is greater, you're probably going to pay the same amount of money as I mentioned before. So, there are all kinds of programs available for study abroad. Be prepared to cover some of those costs before your financial aid or scholarships kick in. That's probably most likely to happen because we have different calendars, whether you're going abroad or whether you're staying in the States. And most USAID will not disperse months before the semester starts. So you probably will have to have some bridge money to cover your study abroad. But basically, if you want to study abroad, you have a lot of options available to you. Just sit down, plan in advance so you don't run up against deadlines, and you can make it happen. Good luck to you, and have a great time in your study abroad event.